Moore Show at 11.
Designing Women will return next Monday at a special time. Now, get ready for the following CBS special presentation.
Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it.
Tell you what, I'll try you out for a couple of weeks, see if it works out. If I don't like you, I'll fire you.
Right.
If you don't like me, I'll fire you.
There was a time when I went to bed every night thinking, well, there goes another day not married. Now, I just wait till New Year's Eve and think, there goes another year not married.
Hi, guys. I've just been handed a bulletin. You have something on your front tooth.
If it weren't for me, people would turn on the 6 o'clock news, see a grown man with a silly look on his face saying, "Good evening, I
didn't sleep a wink all night. I feel wonderful.
That's all right, Mary. I don't need a white dress. I'll just wear what I have on.
Right. What's wrong with plaid?
Nothing. It's Ted's favorite color. I think Flowers summed it up best when he turned to me one night and said, Phyllis, jag har slutat.
I've been around. Well, all right, I might not have been around, but I've been nearby.
Others all around, no need to waste it. You can have the time, why don't you take it? You might just make it after all. You might just make it after all.
Good evening. I'd like to invite you to join me for a very special reunion. 20 years have passed since that first Saturday night when Mary Richards threw her hat in the air. But I still have the hat. And the M. And a lot of wonderful memories of the 168 episodes that we filmed between 1970 and 1977. Tonight, I've gathered everyone together again to celebrate and remember the joy, the fun, and the love our family of performers and creators shared.
Come on already, can we see the tapes?
Let's get this show on the road. Put a sock in it, Mary.
All right. Oh, isn't this exciting being all together again?
Yes. Oh, these are just the most wonderful friends a person
Excuse
could
me,
ever...
Mary. If you're gonna get all dewy-eyed and nostalgic about this reunion thing, I'm out of here.
You're right, Ed. I promise not to take all this too seriously. I mean, we had fun, but we didn't change the world.
Well, we did pay my mortgage.
And we sure did laugh a lot.
But you know, I think it's important to point out that Mary Richards was the very first character on television to show that it was okay to be over 30, female, and single.
Yeah. Well, Lassie. There was Lassie.
Wait a minute. Mary didn't start out so confident, so secure. She evolved, and Lou Grant had an awful lot to do with it. Remember the first show? Her job interview? She was so cute, so perky.
That's very funny, because I remember her as being assertive, straightforward, and honest. I'll show you what I mean. Do you have any idea when Mr. Grant will be back?
Hi, Mr. Grant.
You're back!
Look, miss, I was just about to have a drink, and I wouldn't mind some company. Want one?
Oh, no, thank you.
I said I wouldn't mind some company.
Well, all right. I'll have a brandy Alexander.
How about some coffee?
That'll be fine. Has the job been filled?
Yeah.
Oh.
But there is another job.
Oh?
I figured I'd hire a man for it.
Oh.
We can talk about it.
Well, good.
How old are you?
30.
No hedging. No, how old do I look?
Why hedge? How old do I look?
30. What religion are you?
Mr. Grant, I don't quite know how to say this, but you're not allowed to ask that when someone's applying for a job. It's against the law.
Want to call a cop?
No.
Good. Would you think I was violating your civil rights if I asked if you're married?
Presbyterian. Well, I decided I'd answer your religion question.
Divorced?
No.
Never married?
No.
Why?
Why?
You type?
Mr. Grant, there's no simple answer to that question.
Yes, there is. How about, no, I can't type, or yes, I can?
There's no simple answer to why a person isn't married.
How many different reasons can there be?
65.
Words per minute. My typing question.
Yes.
Look, miss, would you try answering the questions as I ask them?
Yes, Mr. Grant, I will, but it does seem that you've been asking a lot of very personal questions that don't have a thing to do with my qualifications for this job.
You know what? You got spunk.
Well...
I hate spunk. Mary, life is tough.
You're right, Mr. Grant. A life is tough.
And you want to know what else is tough? If you don't start shaping up, I'm going to have to fire you.
Do you mean that?
No. This is scare tactic.
Mr. Grant...
And it won't work if you're calling me Mr. Grant. Call me Lou.
Well, would that be for, just for the purpose of this conversation? For, you know, all time?
I'll decide later. You think you can, Mary?
Call you not Mr. Grant? Sure.
Well, I'm glad it's okay.
Oh, yes, it's okay to say it.
Really, Mary?
Really? Lou?
Call me Mr. Grant.
Okay, you're mad at me because I disagreed with you in the meeting.
No, I'm mad at you because you sold me out for $50 a week.
Mr. Grant, if you really believe that, then we have nothing to talk about.
Then we have nothing to talk about.
Oh, I think we have something to talk about, all right. You better believe we have something to talk, and sliding away isn't going to help. I don't sell people out, especially you.
Especially me.
That's right, especially you.
Why especially me?
Because I love you.
Look, we can't have a fight if you say things like that.
But I do care about you.
Mary?
And I know you care about me,
Okay,
too.
okay, the fight's over. You win. Mary, there's only one way to tell you this, and that's to tell you straight out. I've decided to promote you to producer of the WJM 6 o'clock news.
Oh, Mr. Grant. Oh, well, that's... I just don't know what to say.
Really? I thought you put it very well. Listen, Mary, I've been thinking it over, and you've got to tell them what they want to know. Mary, I want you to reveal your source.
Okay, you look me in the eye and say that.
Mary, I want you to reveal your source.
You're looking me in the nose.
Look, it's not what I believe in anymore that's important. It's you. I just wish I hadn't talked you into this.
Oh, but you didn't.
Huh?
Mr. Grant, I didn't come to see you to find out what you had to say. I already knew what you had to say, and I needed to hear it.
You want to look me in the nose and say that?
Really?
I feel just like I feel when one of my daughters makes me proud. I could...
What?
Nothing.
No, come on, you were going to say something. What?
Hug you. I'm not a hugger.
As you've seen, Mary Richards' growth said a lot about the changing consciousness of the 70s. She proved that when a woman sets her mind on something, there wasn't anything she couldn't do.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. He's forgetting her parties. Oh, Lord, yes, they were awful.
Terrible, the worst.
I don't know what you're all talking about. Georgette always had a wonderful time at Mary's parties. That's where she met Ted Baxter and got engaged and got married.
Right. And Ted Baxter finally found someone who loved him as much as he loved himself.
Georgette even gave birth in the middle of one party. Am I the only one who had a good time at Mary's parties?
Yes! Mary, I'm going to have to be frank with you. Brutally frank. Okay?
Yes, of course.
You give rotten parties.
Well, Mr. Grant, I
No,
really...
it's not that I don't have a good time at your parties, Mary. I've had some of the worst times in my life. Agony. My wife and I broke up at one of your parties, you remember? Not that I'm holding your party responsible, you understand, but it sure didn't help.
Mary, I thought you knew. Your parties are disasters. I mean, I thought you knew. How could you not know that?
Yes, I know. Okay, I knew. I just didn't know that anyone else knew.
I'm really starved, Mary. I really am. Thanks a lot.
Mr. Grant, could I speak to you for a minute?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, in the living room, I need your help.
Oh, sure. What's wrong, Mary? You seem upset.
Mr. Grant, you took 3 servings of the veal.
Yeah.
Mr. Grant, there are 6 people. You took half.
You mean that's all there is? What's on this platter?
Yes. Mr. Grant, you've got to put some back. I just don't have enough for everybody. 3 people aren't going to get any dinner.
All right, I'll put it back. Say, you know what? I'm not as hungry as I thought I
Oh, what a perfect evening. Ted and Georgette sit there for hours, not talking to each other. Murray arrives sick, blows his nose all night. And you had to ruin what little promise we had of a party by making a fool of yourself over Charlene's date. I hope you're satisfied, Lou.
What did you say?
You heard me. I hope you're satisfied.
You call me Lou.
That's right, because that's what you deserve to be called. In fact, you don't even deserve to be called Lou. You know what you should be called?
What?
Louis. That's what you should be called, is Louis.
What's going on here? Huh? Bartender? Maid? Huh?
The reason Mary's going through all the fuss tonight is someone very important is coming to our anniversary party. Who is he, Mary?
Johnny Carson.
This may turn out to be a pretty fair party after all.
Fair, Mr. Grant?
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be the best party that you have...
What's happening to the lights?
I don't know. I think they're starting to dim.
Oh, my God. Better call the building manager. Where's the phone? They're here.
Mary, this is Johnny Carson. Hi.
Nice place you have here.
The Mary Tyler Moore 20th anniversary show will continue with Rhoda versus Phyllis and Mary's disastrous dates.
What would you give to have time in the morning to think about how you look? I'm thrilled if my hair looks good. And it does. I color it with Preference by L'Oreal. It has very special conditioning that gives my hair tons of shine. And shine makes everything about hair better. The color's glossy, the look is healthy. Sure, Preference is more expensive. But every morning as you race by the mirror, you can say, I'm worth it.
Performing Preference from L'Oreal.
Johnson & Johnson Dental Floss. It removes the plaque. Brushing can't.
The Maytag refrigerator has doors built to last longer, shelves built to last longer, and drawers built to last longer. And it comes with a guarantee to the year 2000, but only for a little longer. So see your Maytag dealer soon for the refrigerator guaranteed to keep him lonely longer.
Question: how can you help stop America's growing dependence on foreign oil? Slow down. It can save over 4 million gallons of gasoline a day. Let's put our energy into saving it.
Oshkosh bagosh. Clothes with a little character.
I'm Paula Zahn.
I'm Harry Smith in Saudi Arabia. Tomorrow, American civilians here helping the war effort.
Plus Caroline Kennedy on CBS This Morning.
She had a twisted hold on her son,
You're a good boy, aren't you?
You're pathetic.
and his need to please her would push him over the edge.
41 women have been raped.
Based on the bizarre events that terrorized a city.
We're a good team, aren't we?
Elizabeth Montgomery,
I know what he is.
Sins of the Mother, Tuesday. She's a woman on the fast track.
I simply cannot become emotionally involved.
I was just thinking about getting my adrenaline up.
Knots Landing, Thursday.
Grammy Awards, Wednesday.
The domestic side of Mary Richards' life revolved around her neighbors, Rhoda Morgenstern, Valerie, and Phyllis Lindstrom, Cloris. Living alone in a new city, they became Mary's family. Unfortunately, their rivalry was surpassed only by their affection for Mary. Of course, you'd never guess it in this scene from the very first episode. All right.
Phyllis, I just love it. It's charming.
I thought this was gonna be Aunt Rhoda's apartment.
Who's Aunt Rhoda?
Oh, that dumb awful girl who lives upstairs that Bess likes. She's not your Aunt Bess. That dumb Rhoda thinks this is gonna be her apartment, so I signed a year's lease for you.
You signed a lease before you even saw the place?
When you see the view, it's absolutely incredible, isn't it? Rhoda? Oh, that dumb awful girl. Don't pay any attention to her. I'm gonna go get the owner. Come on, Bess. Aunt Rhoda's really a lot of fun. Mom hates her.
You want... Give me a hand, will you? Sure.
Oh, thanks. Thanks a lot.
So, you're, Rhoda? Morgenstern, and I'm Mary Richards.
Hello.
Get out of my apartment.
You think that I'm some kind of a pushover, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, then you're in for a little surprise. Because if you push me, then I just might have to push back. Hard.
Come on, you can't carry that off.
I know.
I didn't realize the 1970s had so many bad hairdos.
Right. It's a little like looking through your high school yearbook.
It's true. Yeah. So much fun to see all the changes we've gone through.
That's what made the show special. The characters seemed real because they were given room to grow.
Yeah. Rhoda started out dumpy, insecure, and wisecracking, and ended up attractive, liberated, and wisecracking.
Morning, Mia.
Hi.
Here's that purse.
Oh, thanks. I suddenly realized I didn't have a purse to match my new dress, and I really wanted to wear it today, so thanks a lot.
Listen, next time I want to wear my purse, will you lend me your dress and shoes?
Yeah, sure.
And your body. Boy, Mary, you know something? You got a real Ms. job.
What do you mean?
Well, this is the kind of job Gloria Steinem wants you to have.
Oh, yeah, right.
Whereas my job, Gidget would have passed up to go hang 10.
Oh, come on.
You gotta save me. You cannot imagine what's going on up there. It's unbelievable. The most boring evening I've ever had to go through in my life.
Well, why don't you tell him you don't feel well? Maybe you'll go home.
Tell who I'm alone.
When a girl is barely 30 and attractive, has a nice personality, I find it difficult to understand why she isn't married.
You're talking about Mary?
Of course.
Because you can't understand why I'm not married.
Of course.
Do me a favor, Phyllis. Would you write it down and send it to my mother? She doesn't understand. Mary, are you sure this looks okay? I feel so fat.
Yeah, it looks fine. You think this munchy stuff is enough? Everybody will have eaten dinner.
Oh, that's just right. How can you gorge yourself like that and stay so skinny? I'm going crazy with hunger.
Well, eat something.
I can't. I gotta lose 10 pounds by 8:30. I don't know why I'm putting this in my mouth. I should just apply it directly to my hips.
Rhoda, chocolate solves nothing.
No, cottage cheese solves nothing. Chocolate can do it all.
You certainly do manage to find quaint ways to fill your evening.
Yeah, well, the chain is broken on Rhoda's bike.
Oh, too much weight, I guess. Yes, well, I always said that looks aren't important when you have a good clothes sense going for you.
Phyllis, I'd like to tell you something.
What?
It is so hard for me to tell you this.
What is it you can tell me? What?
I'm extremely contagious. See, where I work down at Hempel's department store, they're having a beauty contest. It's too stupid to even talk about, Maria. But I don't want to confuse you, so see, I'm nominated.
Rhoda, you're a beauty contestant. Hey, that's terrific.
I know. They just needed someone to make the other contestants look good. Stand next to Morgenstern, kids. You look great.
You haven't allowed yourself 1 minute's pleasure out of this whole thing. The way you make fun of your appearance, the way you describe yourself,
It's not so easy to say nice things when you describe yourself. You try it, Mary.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm, okay.
See? You do the same thing yourself.
Rhoda, it's not the same thing.
It is.
No, it isn't. Look, I may not say terrific things about myself, but Rhoda, I don't say that I'm nothing.
Sure, but you don't have to worry about someone beating you to it. I won.
You won?
Oh, I didn't tell you, Mary. I lied to you because, I don't know, I was afraid everybody would make jokes and things.
Jokes? Come in here and tell me about it.
Well, it's just, it was nothing. I mean, it was nothing special. It was a big auditorium filled with people. And, well, they gave it to me, and I took it. So I guess I really won it. How do you like that? I won! After 32 years. Me! Mary Jo, Beth, Lou Ann Morgenstern!
Together, the three of us created an extraordinary triangle.
Yes, we did. Mary was the person that you want to be. Rhoda is the person you probably are. And Phyllis is the person you're afraid of being.
You got that right, pal.
Remember when you came here 5 years ago? You were a lost little lamb jilted by your fiancé. A single girl, alone and unwanted in a cold, heartless city. And I was a secure, confident married woman. Every time I saw you, I felt sorry for you. It was wonderful. But now the tables are turned. It's you who feel superior to me.
Oh, Phyllis, come on. I don't feel superior.
Of course you do. This is the era of the single girl. Free, independent, self-sufficient.
Oh, Phil, come on. Being single is not all that great. There's good, but there's bad, too. There's loneliness.
Loneliness. Ha ha ha. You don't know what loneliness is till you get into bed with Lars. You know that stupid thing women have about telling their ages? Let's tell.
I'm 34.
Well, apparently it's easy for you. But now I'm going to tell you my age for the first time. And it isn't easy. I am 43 years old. That's right, Mary, 43. Aren't you going to say something?
Boy, are you old.
Oh, by the way, did you pick up those things for me while you were shopping?
Yeah, I did. Here they are.
Mary, what am I going to do?
I think you're going to do what you usually do. You're going to get yourself all worked up, then you're going to let it all out, and you're going to embarrass everybody concerned.
I don't do that.
Yes, you do that, Phyllis.
No, Mother did that.
Phyllis, I don't know your mother.
So you think I do that?
Yes, I do, Phyllis.
You don't know me at all. But it's amazing how well you know my mother. I often think of my life with Lars as a kind of fairy tale.
Really, Phil? Which one of the 7 dwarfs do you see him as?
Lars and I just had an argument.
What happened?
Lars came over to me, put his arm around me, and said, "Darling, don't you think maybe it might be a good idea, in view of the high cost of living, if you try to keep your spending down a little?" I turned to him and said, "Darling, why don't you go suck an egg?" Sooner or later, Lars is going to get tired of her, and he'll come back to me. And then I'm going to punish him for this.
Phyllis, you don't mean that.
If only he didn't flaunt it in my face. You know, Mary, since he's been seeing her, he's gained 9 pounds. Do you know that his clothes are cleaner when he comes home at night than they are when he leaves in the morning? Just the other day, I was reading this wonderful book called The Life of the Bee. Maybe you read it. Did you know the male bee is nothing but the slave of the queen? And once the male bee, how should I say, has serviced the queen, the male dies. All in all, not a bad system.
After the first couple of seasons, the characters that Valerie and Cloris played became so popular that each of them was spun off to star in her own series.
Yeah, finally Rhoda got what she wanted. Skinny and a husband.
And Phyllis did much better without a husband. But what about poor Mary? I mean, yes, she had a wonderful job, beautiful clothes, great apartment, but she also had some of the worst dates in the history of television.
This is true.
There are many single women who've lived perfectly fulfilled lives.
Who?
I'm getting a pencil and a piece of paper and make a list.
No, Rhoda, I am not about to sit around and make lists of single women.
We're not. We're going to make lists of single men to go out with.
Hi! Hey, I think I'm gonna sneeze. Achoo!
I'll bet you've never been to a mortician's party.
Right.
Well, why not give in? Sooner or later, we're gonna get you.
Something lacking in my life, Mary.
Something, and that something is someone like you.
Marry me, Mary.
Marry me.
No.
No?
No, I had the garden fresh, the piping.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
Mary, I want you to know that it's not just physical.
Okay, Doug, look, let's just cut this dumb talk right now, all right?
Okay.
Well, it wasn't exactly magic, was it?
Can I spend the night?
No.
Okay, see you.
I just want you to know that I'm not going to sleep with you tonight.
What?
No.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, I just figured it was a good
Put on
idea.
your shirt.
Oh, come on, Mary.
Put on your shirt!
I didn't mean any harm. Well, we seem to be hitting it off, and I just thought...
You just thought. You just thought. You just thought.
This isn't the first date this has ever happened to you, is it?
Yes, as a matter of fact, this is a first. Out.
Maybe you haven't dated much.
Haven't dated much? I have been dating since I was 17. I'm 37. That's 2 decades of dating. Don't tell me I haven't dated much. I go out on an average of 2 times a week. That's 100 times 20 years. That's 2,000.
What's wrong, Mary?
Oh, I don't know, Georgette. Me, men, dating. I mean, I didn't think I was asking for that much, but I haven't met anyone who even comes close.
You know one.
Well, if I do, I sure wish you'd point him out.
Lou Grant.
Come on.
He has every quality you said you wanted, and I'll throw in one of my own. He's cute as a button.
Me date Lou Grant? Come on, that's ridiculous. I mean, sure, I enjoy his company, and yes, he is someone I respect, and I have a good time with him, and he doesn't play little games, and I am comfortable with him. And he is straightforward and intelligent and fun.
You're right, Mary. It was a dippy idea.
My hand is sweaty, isn't it?
No, it isn't. It's mine. Really, it is.
I'm just not good at this.
No, but listen, really, sweaty hands run in my family. They always...
No, this is what happens when I get nervous. I've just never been good at this sort of thing.
No, that's all right. I'm not good at it either.
Well, sure you are.
No, I'm not. Not when I'm this nervous.
You mean you're nervous right now?
A little.
I'm making you nervous? Mary, we're not going to feel comfortable here until we find out where this dating stuff leads.
I think you're right.
I don't know about you, but the suspense is killing me.
Well, then, let's end the suspense.
Okay.
Hey.
That was really silly kissing you.
Didn't that turn out to be just so dumb?
Oh, I think we both just found out something in record time.
I do, too.
This will never work.
Never in a million years.
Good night, Mary.
Good night, Lou.
Next on the Mary Tyler Moore Anniversary Show, the world's wackiest anchorman, Ted Baxter.
Oh, Father Hennigan, you're drenched. What's the matter, lad?
Well, Monsignor, it looks like I couldn't raise the money to save the orphanage after all. Guess I'm a failure.
I'm not going to Hollywood after all.
Bless you, Janice.
There's a buck, Butter. It's an honest buck.
Like Larry Milligan from Wall Street. Stocks and bonds. I've invested in their future.
All you needed was a little faith, lad.
And friends, Monsignor. It's great to have friends.
In the movies, happy endings are easy, but in the real world, they take solid planning. So for peace of mind, investment advice, even buying or selling your home, come to the companies of the Prudential and build your future on the rock.
There's a new kind of cowboy out there, and that's why McDonald's is grilling up a whole new kind of steak. McDonald's new grilled steak sandwich. And right now, it's a great McDonald's value you can't pass up.
When you keep that shower fresh feeling with Dan, you feel good about yourself. Ooh, oh, keep that shower fresh feeling all day.
How's your headache?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, how's your headache?
How did you know I have a headache?
Maybe you should lie down.
How did you know I have a headache?
Honey, it shows.
For a headache so bad it shows, take aspirin-free Excedrin.
Aspirin-free Excedrin?
Aspirin-free. It works.
Aspirin-free Excedrin relief for a headache so bad it shows.
That's more like it.
Mary Tyler Moore, the 20th anniversary show will continue.
Bob Schieffer with a brief update on the war. Soviet officials say they expect a response soon to their new peace proposal. It's being brought to Baghdad by Iraq's foreign minister. Details weren't announced, but President Bush is reviewing a summary of the plan. His spokesman say the war will continue without change for now. Military officials say the mines that damaged 2 ships won't affect an amphibious landing if one is ordered. We'll have more on America Tonight.
This is CBS.
Delta introduces a level of service with which you're already quite familiar, just not at 35,000 feet. Person-to-person service, nonstop to New York, Newark, 3 times a day. At Delta, we love to fly, and it shows.
We take good care of your hair. By Clairol. We give you style beyond compare. And let you do whatever you dare. 'Cause we take good care of your hair.
Take good care of your hair with Condition by Clairol. Shampoos and treatments with dual moisturizing protectants. Mousses and gels absolutely alcohol-free. So give your hair unbeatable care. Condition by Clairol.
We take good care of your hair. Condition by Clairol.
This War and Free Speech perspective on Nightcast.
The secret to our show's success was no big secret. The camaraderie that existed among the characters in the WJM newsroom wasn't just a product of the writers' imaginations.
Hey, it was such a great ensemble, it didn't even feel like work.
I agree. The theme song, Love Is All Around, pretty much summed up my feelings about working with you guys.
You know, one of the great delights was working with Ted Knight.
Oh, and we all miss him.
As anchorman, Ted Baxter, he was a master at mangling the English language. On screen, he was magic, and one of the happiest and most generous actors I've ever worked with. But it was Murray's job to constantly put him down.
Hi, guys. Hey, listen to this. Last night, a new star was born in Minneapolis. His name is Ted Baxter. And the Twin Cities has rarely witnessed such a virtuoso performance.
Ted, that's fantastic.
I know. Now, if I could only get someone to print it.
You know, it's a funny thing. I've been doing the news for 8 years now, and I still feel as nervous and as petrified as I was opening night. Of course, I'm perfect once I'm on. Right before, I feel a little sick to my stomach.
That's funny. I don't feel that way till after you're on the air.
Hey, just occurred to me the fact that my mother's living in sin. Does that make me,
No, Ted, that doesn't make you one.
But we'll always think of you as one anyway.
Murray, give me that list of words that Baxter mispronounced on last night's show.
Check the top one, Lou.
The top one. Chicago. Never thought I'd be saying this. Ted Baxter, Walter Cronkite.
It's an honor to meet you, Mr. Cronkite.
Call me Walter.
Walt, let's talk shop. Say, what words do you have trouble pronouncing?
I think we'd better get going, don't you?
Did you catch my award-winning newscast?
I think we'd better be going, don't you?
And now the sports. In hockey, the North Stars 3, the Kings 0. I put that in there.
What do you think, Walt?
I think I better be getting to the airport.
I'll go with you. I'll give you the rest of the news on the way.
I'm gonna get you for this. So all you pink-nosed little snow bunnies. Mary, can't you see I'm doing the news? Read it. All right.
Out loud!
Ladies and gentlemen, a serious warning from the University of Minnesota's Atmospherics Department. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, Dale Wick, head of the Department of that department, announced that in 5 years, smog could reach legal proportions. Oh. Lethal proportions. And now for the lighter side of the news. Population explosion. This is Ted Baxter saying good nights and good noot. Thanks, Lou.
Good show tonight, guys. See if you can read this.
You're fried.
You want to see me, Lou? Ted?
Ted, I think Mr. Grant would like you to have a seat.
Ted, I'm gonna kill you.
Ted, what Mr. Grant is actually trying to say is that he would prefer it if you didn't prey on the news anymore.
Oh? Why is that, Lou? Ted, I'm gonna kill you.
Ted, you see, there is a time and a place for everything, and the news is just not the place for prayers.
Lou, you wouldn't want to get around town that you don't like God. Okay, Lou, no more prayers, I promise.
Good.
Besides, I've got a better way to win the news tomorrow. Ted Baxter reunites boy with puppy. Right on the news.
Where are you going to find the puppy?
We'll steal it from a kid.
Ted had the gift of being able to portray the worst traits of human nature with such innocent good-heartedness that he made an essentially unlikable character lovable.
Oh, yes. And Georgette loved him very much. She gave him a chance to show his more human side. Ted, there's one more thing.
What is it?
You never told me you loved me.
Well, that's not an easy thing for me to say.
Why?
Well, because when I said it before to people, no one ever said it back.
I'll say it back.
You will?
I promise.
Okay. I love you.
And I love you, Ted.
You do. You want me to say it again? I love you, Georgette. Want me to say it without moving my lips?
I love you. You're so wonderful. Ted, if you really wanted to marry me, you wouldn't talk about it, you'd do it.
Oh, I'd do it right now if we could.
We can, Ted. We've had the blood test. We have the license and it's still valid. We can call and get a minister over here. We can call our friends and tell them to come over here. What else do we need? So what do you say, Buster? You still want to get married?
Yes, I do.
Really?
What?
I'm going to get married. We're really doing it.
George, yes, that's when?
What would you do if I told you there's going to be a minister over here with all our friends in the next half hour to have a wedding?
Vacuum.
Okay, bride on my backhand, groom on my forehand. Dearly beloved, we are gathered together here in the sight of God to, does anybody remember what comes next?
Well, at Rhoda's wedding, they each read something they'd written themselves.
Oh, terrific. Would you like to say something?
You mean wing it?
Just say what's in your heart, Ted.
Oh, right. Murray?
Georgette, I promise to be a devoted husband and to never give you cause to regret having married such a cluck.
Excuse me. I hate to interrupt, and I don't mean to spoil your fun. And it's certainly no comment on the dinner because it's delicious, and you'll have to give me your recipe sometime, Mary. But right now, I think I'm going to have a baby.
The doctor says don't try to move her when she's starting labor. The hospital's too far. Put her to bed and wait for him to get here.
I don't think he's going to make it.
I don't think I am either. I think somebody do something. Right. There we go.
I can't let Lou do it all alone.
No.
Never mind. I'll go in there with him. I'll do it myself.
You go in there, Mary.
No, Murray, a delivery room is no place for a woman.
Somebody's got to help me. They're dropping like flies in there.
That's. I've got to help. I've got to go in there.
This is awful. I feel awful. Why didn't somebody warn me? Childbirth is hell.
Look, what are we doing out here? A woman is giving birth to a baby in Mary's bedroom.
I know, and it's probably the most exciting thing that'll ever happen in there.
Congratulations, Ted. Georgette's fine. You're the proud daddy of a fine, beautiful, healthy-looking baby.
Thank goodness. What is it, a boy or a girl?
Ted, that's wonderful. Congratulations.
Congratulations? Yeah. For what? For being a coward? For leaving Georgette in her hour of need? She'll probably never want to see my face again.
Ted, your wife and daughter would like to see you.
Daughter? How do I look?
Like a father.
Gee. I'm a daddy. Have a cigarette. We're on the way to the hospital now. Oh, incidentally, Georgette and I have been talking, and we want to name the baby Mary Lou. Sorry, big fella, but Lou Mary sounded dumb.
The Mary Tyler Moore Anniversary Show will continue with Betty White as the notorious Sue Ann Nivens.
You know when it's right. You know when you feel it, baby. You hold it, you hear it, you taste it, it's right. You got the right one, baby. Unsurpassably quotable and intimately soulful. You got the right one, baby.
Someone should talk to you about how much time you spend on the phone and who you talk to and when and where. A Sprint representative can easily help you select a savings plan for your personal calling needs. And Sprint has better overall savings than AT&T. So there's a plan that's perfect for you. Unless, of course, you're a teenager. I can't believe it. No one's invented the perfect plan for that.
Last year, 7 million people discovered Coadvil.
Coadvil just cleared everything up. My sinuses were clear.
The lead weights had just gone away.
I'm very happy that I discovered Coadvil.
Coadvil, advanced formula for cold and sinus relief. Oshkosh bagosh. Clothes with a little character.
Touchstone Pictures presents Bette Midler and Woody Allen. After 16 years of marriage, he's doing the honorable thing. He's telling the truth.
I had an affair.
The whole truth.
Did she do tricks in bed, things I don't do?
No. Yes, actually she did. And nothing but the truth.
Have there been others?
2, yes, and there were one-nighters. Scenes from a mall.
3, actually, if you count the hooker in Dallas. But that was business. That was totally business. They sent it to my room. I couldn't refuse. It was a gift.
Rated R. Starts Friday at a theater near you.
A question.
5, 4.
What do you get when you put rock together with rap and a little country? You get the Grammys with Vanilla Ice, Wilson Phillips, Bette Midler, and more. Jerry Shandling hosts the Grammy Awards.
When Betty White joined the cast as Sue Ann Nivens, a whole new dimension was added to the show.
Yes. Pure, unbridled lust. Sue Ann left no bed unturned.
Oh, but for sheer baldness, nobody could outshine Murray. Hello, muckrakers. Mary, I just dropped by, dear, to tell you to be sure to stop in my studio this week. I'm devoting all my shows to you poor, unfortunate single girls.
Sue-Ann, in case you've forgotten, you are single also.
Oh, yes, but that's only because I don't happen to place my love life above my profession.
I thought that was your profession.
Witty Murray. Jokes fall from your lips almost as fast as hair falls from your head. I would simply say it right out. I think a man should be virile and macho and just reeking with masculinity. Thank you, God. Do you have anything with hair? Mary, I was lying in bed last night, and I couldn't sleep, and I got the most wonderful idea. So I went right home and wrote it down.
As far as I'm concerned, there are two things that have no place on television: sex and violence.
I never knew those were two different things.
Did you crash the men's room?
Of course not. I went as somebody's guest.
Show. You're the happy homemaker.
Yes. And the happy homemaker is very unhappy.
About what?
I have done that show every day since July 1963. You know what that means, Mary? It means I've been smiling for 11 years.
I never thought of it that way.
I want a job where I don't have to smile. I don't like smiling all the time. It's against my nature.
Sue-Ann, you're smiling.
I am. Right now?
Uh-huh.
Wow. A whole page. Marie, did you see the spread on Sue-Ann?
Oh, yeah. But you don't notice it so much when she sits down.
Oh, my God. Mr. Grant, did you talk to him?
Yes, I talked to him, but he won't listen to me.
Did you tell him he can't go on like this?
Yes, I told him.
Did you tell him he's got to stand up to Sue-Ann?
Yes, he told
Will
me.
you stay out of this?
I'm going to talk to Sue-Ann.
Mary, I've got the pins, but I want to see how the veil looks.
Oh, no. No veil, Sue-Ann. A producer does not wear a veil.
Mary, don't use that tone on me. I mean, if you have something you wish to say to me, let's act like civilized people and simply sit down and discuss it.
All right. I'm sorry, Sue-Ann. Forgive me. You were absolutely right. Let's sit down.
Use a little more vanilla. I still remember trying to get the icing out of my... Oh, are we back? You know, Mary, since I didn't join the cast until the 4th year, I was already a big fan.
Sue-Ann was only supposed to be in one episode, but the character worked so well, we just couldn't get rid of you.
Sue-Ann was so deliciously wicked, so ruthlessly sweet, I would have killed for the part. And remember, she got to nail Lou Grant.
Okay, I've got it.
I know, and I want it.
Well, you see, I have this friend, and, well, she has sort of a crush on you. This friend wondered if you're not doing anything, Saturday night, if you would like to have dinner at her place.
Her place, huh? Well, Mary, as it happens, I'm not doing a thing Saturday night, so you can tell your friend I'd be delighted. It's a date.
Okay.
Only, why didn't your friend speak for herself?
Oh, I don't know, Lou. I guess I was too shy. expression. A great meal is the prelude to the symphony of love.
Who said that?
I did.
Look, Sue Ann, don't do that.
Go ahead, Lou. You're stronger than I am. Press your advantage. Be gentle, Lou. That's all I ask. Be gentle.
You tramp.
Thank you.
Coming up, everybody's all-time favorite scenes.
Hi, my name is Mike. This is a story about me and my friends. Like my mom, she's a wonderful mother. And my dad, he is one cool dude. That's my teacher. She is the best.
Mike's a super kid. Mike is very...
brilliant.
Outspoken.
That's my friend Tracy. I think she's beautiful. Come on, let's take a ride to McDonald's. There's all my friends. Hey, you know, me and James are our best pals. We are a great team. Pie is up. Perfect. Ever since I was a little baby, people are always trying to help me. So now I love to say, welcome to McDonald's. May I help you?
Violence, drugs, teaching's tough here. There's tension.
So for stress, headache, pain, I take Anacin.
It's strong.
Over 70% of all headaches are tension headaches. Anacin or aspirin-free Anacin 3. Pain relief for today's tension headache.
During El Torito's Fajitas Fiesta.
A healthier way to cook.
There's an ancient grain from the Orient that we've been overlooking. Whole brown rice, including the bran. Kellogg's brings you Kenmai Rice Bran, crisp, delicious flakes of brown rice. And because the rice bran hasn't been sifted away, it's more than a delicious cereal. It's a healthy cereal. Kenmai Rice Bran. Now we can all benefit from generations of traditional Oriental wisdom. Live well, eat well. Kellogg's Kenmai Rice Bran. Also with almonds and raisins.
Mary Tyler Moore, the 20th anniversary show will continue.
Live from Wichita, get ready for an unforgettable evening as 51 of America's most beautiful ladies compete for the Miss USA crown.
Let the beauty begin.
It's glamour, pageantry, and all the excitement you'd expect as Dick Clark and Barbara Eden host this thrilling event. Find out who will be our new Miss USA Friday.
She loved him. Maybe too much.
You can't go for murder without bodies. Then find the bodies.
Now, she has two choices.
If you don't take the stand on your own behalf, you're going to prison.
Let him confront the death penalty.
What happened on that island?
Or face it herself.
Tell me.
And the sea will tell. Sunday.
This is CBS.
During El Torito's Fajitas Fiesta, our famous fajitas and your choice of Mexican favorites are just $7.95 at El Torito.
The station that everyone at work can agree on? Coast 103. Continuous soft hits at 103.5.
Climb aboard a butterfly and take off on the breeze. Let your worries flutter by a moment if you please. In a land where wishes can just blossom on the trees. Take a little holiday.
Channel 2's Chris Kanangla and Terry Anzer bring you the day's first report on the Gulf War. Watch Action News AM tomorrow morning at 6. Watch what happens.
It's 10:35. I'm Jim Lampley. Tonight on Action News Nightcast, while Iraq considers a plan for peace, the Allies close in on a ground assault. We'll show you why a local gas station was the center of a wartime protest, and Ed Asner and Valerie Harper help us remember the many Mary Tyler Moore years on Action News at 11.
The years we spent working together are filled with so many wonderful moments that it's impossible to pick just one.
Oh, boy. I loved them all.
Certainly the most famous show we ever did was Chuckles Bites the Dust.
Chuckles the clown is dead. It was a freak accident. He went to the parade dressed as Peter Peanut. And a rogue elephant tried to shell him.
Chuckles the clown died today from he died a broken man. I remember Chuckles used to recite a poem at the end of each program. It was called The Credo of a Clown. I'd like to offer it now in his memory. A little song, a little dance, a little seltzer down your pants.
I can just see the insurance claim. Cause of death, a busted goober.
I don't know what you two are laughing at, but I'll take a chance it's dirty.
Bert, you're not still making jokes about that.
I'm sorry, Mary.
It's a release, Mary. People need it to get over a tragedy. Everybody does it.
I don't.
Oh, Mary, we're not laughing because he's dead. I mean, we all liked him, and we're very, very sorry.
Well, then why are you laughing?
Mary, dear, don't the circumstances strike you as being just a trifle bizarre?
After all, the guy died wearing a peanut suit, killed by an elephant.
Yeah. Born in a trunk, died in a trunk.
Right. Just forget what he was wearing. Suppose he hadn't been dressed as a peanut. Would his death still be funny?
Could have been worse. He could have gone as Billy Banana and had a gorilla peel him to death.
I wonder which ones are the other clowns.
You'll know soon. They're all gonna jump out of a little hearse.
This is a funeral. A man has died. We came here to show respect, not to laugh.
I'm sorry, Mary. All right, no more jokes.
Chuckles the clown brought pleasure to millions. The characters he created will be remembered by children and adults alike. Peter Peanut, Mr. Fee-Fi-Fo, Billy Banana, and my particular favorite, Aunt Yoo-Hoo. And not just for the laughter that they provided. There was always some deeper meaning to whatever Chuckles did. What did Chuckles ask in return? Not much. In his own words, a little song, a little dance, a little seltzer down your pants. Excuse me, young lady. Yes, you. Would you stand up, please? Please, won't you? You feel like laughing, don't you? Don't try to hold it back. Go ahead, laugh out loud. Don't you see, nothing would have made Chuckles happier. He lived to make people laugh. Tears were offensive to him, deeply offensive. He hated to see people cry. So go ahead, my dear. Laugh for Chuckles.
after we left to do our own series, we still loved to watch the show.
We did. Oh, and one of the funniest scenes I can remember was when everybody got to see Sue Ann's bedroom for the first time.
Sue Ann, I have to talk to you about... Oh, my.
Haven't you ever seen my bedroom before, Mary?
No, I would have remembered this.
Oh, Mary, if these walls could talk.
Well, my, just look who's stopped by to pay you a visit, Sue Ann.
Hi, Sue Ann.
Hello, Murray.
Well, I really love your bedroom, Sue Ann. Did you decorate it yourself? Did you have a sex maniac come in?
Very droll, Murray.
Well, look who else is here. Sue Ann?
How have you been, Ted?
Swell, Sue Ann.
What a great bedroom, Sue Ann.
I just,
Sue Ann.
Is it Lou?
Yes, it's me, Sue Ann.
Come sit beside me.
The scene that still breaks me up is from an episode called Mary's Insomnia. When she doesn't answer her phone one night, Lou Grant fears that she has taken too many sleeping pills and bursts into her apartment.
Mary!
Yes? Mr. Grant!
Mary, oh, thank God. I kept phoning for over an hour and the line was busy. Finally, I called the operator and she said the phone was off the hook. I didn't know where you were.
I'm in the bathtub. I only take my phone off the hook when I'm taking a bath.
I know, but you know, what with the pills and everything, I didn't know what might have happened.
Mr. Grant, I am taking a bath. Naked! And you are sitting in my bathroom watching me.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I came over here because I was worried about you.
I realize that,
Worried
Mr.
to
Grant.
death. You think I care that you're in the bathtub?
Obviously not.
You think that's why I came? I was at home with my shoes off, having a beer, nice and comfortable. You imagine I suddenly said to myself, hey, why don't I go over and see if I can cop a peek of Mary? I can't believe that you think that of me, Mary. That's a really rotten thought.
I am in no position to argue with you.
Boy, you really find out about some people.
Mary, it's me, Murray.
Tonight, I was sensational. Let me tell you what happened.
Is that the only seat you got in here?
I am taking a bath.
Ted, come on, let's get out of here.
Wait a minute. I want to read Mary my speech.
Ted?
Marie.
Ted?
Don't you dare!
Relax, Mary. This will only take an hour.
Next, the cast of the Mary Tyler Moore Show revisit the final episode. Get out your hankies.
Osh gosh bagosh. Clothes with a little character.
Solid things. Pride. Dedication. Anderson windows and patio doors are built to stand the test of time.
Through the desert sun, through the years of rain, from the shores of California to the coast of Maine. Anderson, build your dreams of solid things. We'll build tomorrow in. Come home to quality. Come home to Anderson.
This act will make your mouth water. I love these little raisin guys. Talk about hard working. Last week they toured a fancy salad. They did a couple of benefit souffles. And then they made a cameo appearance on somebody's dessert. Oops. Whoever saw a raisin with ears. And tonight, they're doing a guest shot in a toasted cheese sandwich. What I tell them, keep at it, kids, or your raisins will end up a bunch of second bananas. Taste the act, the raisins. Too bad about all those wrinkles.
What would it take to get you to change from Advil or Tylenol? How about New Bear Plus? Bear Plus has Bear Aspirin for powerful pain relief and Stomach Guard to help prevent stomach upset. So bang pain back with New Bear Plus. Tough on pain, gentle on your stomach.
Kids, with one of these, your mom can make Del Monte vegetable classics in 3 minutes. They could show up at any meal.
New Del Monte vegetable classics. So easy and delicious. Some people are nervous.
Good evening from the CBS News Archives. I'm Walter Cronkite with a classic news break. 20 years ago this month, Apollo 14 makes America's third landing on the moon. Astronaut Alan Shepard drives a golf ball across the lunar landscape. 4 days later, the mission ends with a splashdown in the Pacific. In Washington, the Postal Service announces first-class postage will jump from 6 to 8 cents.
It's happening. Some people are climbing out of their imports and getting into the 1991 Buick Regal sedan. Why? One simple, overwhelming consideration. Quality. Buick quality. It's something you might want to get into yourself. Regal from Buick. The new symbol for quality in America and beyond.
And that's the way it was 20 years ago this month.
Toward the end of the 7th year, when we realized that we might not be able to maintain the quality of the show forever, we began thinking of an idea for a last episode that would do justice to the entire series. We brought together the creative people who had helped bring these characters to life. Jim Brooks and Alan Burns, Ed Weinberger, Stan Daniels, along with David Lloyd, Bob Ellison, and the man who directed most of our episodes, Jay Sandridge. We chose a story about new owners taking over WJM and firing everybody, except Ted Baxter. Gang, this isn't going to be easy to watch again. Here we go.
Now, a personal note. Due to some very good opportunities that have opened up elsewhere, news director Lou Grant, news producer Mary Richards, news writer Mary Slaughter, and news hand Sue Ann Nibbins are going to leave after tonight's program to begin exciting new ventures in broadcasting. Last night, as I lay awake in my bed, I wondered, how do I tell these dear friends and colleagues how I feel about them? How, I wondered, do you speak from here instead of here? I think what I was feeling was best expressed in the lyrics of that wonderful old song. It's a long way to Tipperary. A long way to go. Mrs. Turnback saying good night and good news.
Hey, guys, wasn't that a great send-off?
Ted, you couldn't have said anything that would make us feel better about leaving.
You know something, Mr. Grant? Now that it's over, I don't feel as bad as I thought I was going to. In fact, I feel pretty good. I really do. And I owe it all to you. Thanks.
What's the matter? You got ice water in your veins? You realize this is the last time we'll all see this room?
Of course I realize it, Mr. Grant. I don't really feel good. That's why I wanted to say to you...
Mary, you promised.
Mr. Grant, why won't you let me say what I want to say?
Because you'll just make a big deal out of it. That's why, and I don't want that.
Mr. Grant. Mr. Grant.
I treasure you people.
Lou?
I think we all need some Kleenex.
There's some on Mary's desk.
Mr. Grant? Could I say what I wanted to say now? Please?
Okay, Mary.
Well, I just wanted you to know that sometimes I get concerned about being a career woman. I get to thinking my job is too important to me. And I tell myself that the people I work with are just the people I work with and not my family. And last night I thought, what is a family anyway? They're just people who make you feel less alone and really loved. And that's what you've done for me. Thank you for being my family.
Now for the hard part. How do we leave this room?
That's not so hard. Remember what Ted said?
What is that, Lou?
It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye to Piccadilly. Farewell, Leicester Square. It's a long, long way to Tipperary, and my heart's right there. It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye, Piccadilly. Farewell, Leicester Square. It's a long, long way to Tipperary, and my heart's right there.
7 magnificent years.
Darling girl. Guys, you dirty guys.
The Mary Tyler Moore Anniversary Show continues in a moment.
So what are we hearing now? Wait on airbags for minivans. Nobody puts an airbag in a minivan. It's too tough to engineer them. Well, we did it anyway. No waiting, they're here. Sure, people still have to wear seat belts with a minivan airbag. So what? Everybody should wear a seat belt. No, some things you wait for, some things you don't. Minivans with airbags, you don't wait.
My checkered-faced framing hammer.
In New Britain, Connecticut, people don't talk about the weather.
You use a checker-faced framing hammer?
Where was your curved claw finish hammer?
You see, since 1843, New Britain's been the home of Stanley.
But I got him a Stanley handsaw last year for his birthday.
And if local conversation revolves around tools...
Hey, fellas, look at this. Whoa.
It's only because we make tools worth talking about.
Stanley's 12-foot power lock tape rule, huh?
Action News Nightcast is next. It's a race against time as the Soviets present a peace plan to Iraq.
Bikers get their motors running in honor of U.S. troops.
How a gas station fueled the anger of Desert Storm supporters.
More memories of Mary from Mr. Grant and Rhoda.
And Miss USA does the unthinkable. Her story coming up on Nightcast.
It was a great evening of friends and memories, and I'm glad you could share it with us. A short time after we closed up shop at MTM Studios, they put up a plaque that said, "On this stage, a company of loving and talented friends created a television classic, The Mary Tyler Moore Show." The plaque is still there, and we're darn proud of it. Good night.
It's 2:45. There's no one in the place except you and me.
There, girl. Really sell it.
So set them up, Joe. I've got a little story you ought to know.
Tell him, baby.
We're drinking, my friend,
Tell him.
to the end of a brief episode.
Tear my heart out, Mary.
So make it one for my baby and one more for the road.
Sing it out.
That long, long road.
She had a twisted hold on her son,
You're a good boy, aren't you? You're pathetic.
and his need to please her would push him over the edge.
41 women have been raped.
Based on the bizarre events that terrorized a city.
We're a good team, aren't we?
Elizabeth Montgomery,
I know what he is.
Sins of the Mother, Tuesday.
Wednesday on CBS.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Will it be Mariah, Beth, Lisa, Sinead, or Whitney? Find out who the best pop female vocalist of the year is when Gary Shandling hosts the Grammy Awards. Don't miss it Wednesday, because once it happens, it's music history.
Thursday.
Where is my daughter?
When the Flash helps a young mother, he faces his toughest challenge.
How difficult could it be?
A kindergarten caper on The Flash, Thursday.
This is CBS.
Hey, Roy, I want to try this three-way calling I just got. Stay on the line. I'm going to call Leon.
Haven't heard from Leon in years.
Leon, remember Roy?
That deadbeat, he still owes me $20. If I read his obituary, I'm going to track down his next of kin and get my money. I'll read your obit before you read mine. Roy?
Three-way calling, one of GTE's smart call services. A great way to get together.
I'm charging you interest. Out of all the channels on television, only Showtime has the movies Pretty Woman, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. None of the others will have them for over a year. The fact is, Showtime shows over 70 different commercial-free movies every month. Plus original comedy, family shows, championship boxing. Showtime. We entertain you like no one can.
For tomorrow's first report on the Gulf War, watch Action News AM.